Serena Conference Center for the Uganda Diaspora Business Breakfast. We want to welcome both our national and international audience watching us on NBS. My name is Solomon Senwanja and I'm going to be the host of today's breakfast. We're going to be discussing everything diaspora. What are the investment opportunities? How can, the people in the diaspora come back home and pump money into our economy? And how is government helping out to sort all these issues? We want to say a special thank you to all our partners and our sponsors. Without any further ado, I want to invite Dr. Maggie Chigozi, who is the patron for today and for the Uganda Diaspora Business Breakfast. Give us some love as she comes.
Thank you, Solomon. He's always so generous. Our guests, our ambassadors here, Katende, our guest speakers, business community, but most importantly here today, members of the Ugandan diaspora. You are so welcome. Please give them a clap. This is also in partnership with Uganda Investment Authority, so thank you very much, Lawrence. I want to appreciate the Ugandans living abroad for the contribution to the economy. Remittances 2 years ago, 2017, were 1.1 billion. 2018, it is 1.2 billion US dollars. We have seen you invest in many sectors. There are many, and some of the diaspora here came back home and are doing something. Ugandan products are being taken by you. Thank you so much. And, when I go to UK, for example, I eat Ugandan matoke. I eat Ugandan, everything Ugandan is there. Many of you, because we suggested it, and Lawrence will tell you more about it, have started small projects with your families. Lawrence put up a huge compendium of projects, starting from very small ones. You can buy a cow for your mother, you can maize meal, an oil meal, something small or something bigger, and your parents, your brothers and sisters do some work, which is more sustainable than you having to do 3 jobs every day to be sending us that cash that you send us regularly. We have mobile money, it's simplified our lives, so please, we listened. The other thing, you talked about visas at the airport. They were expensive. At one time, it was $100. 4 or 5 of you are coming and, you brought the family. It was a lot of money. It's come down. Not only that, you can have dual citizenship. So if you have dual citizenship, then you don't need visas anymore. The one-stop center to help those of you who want to do business is in place. Lawrence will say more about that at the Uganda Investment Authority. And through e-government, you no longer need to get up out of your sitting room and go anywhere. You can do most things online. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome again. And I look forward to just sitting here and hearing from you. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Dr. Maggie Chigozi. Let me invite the Uganda Investments Authority Acting Director General. And this is Lawrence BNC to guide us and tell us what are the available opportunities for us from the diaspora. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Lawrence.
Thank you, Solomon. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All protocols observed. My name is Lawrence Biensi, and I'm the Acting Director General, Uganda Investment Authority. This morning, we are privileged to have our diaspora Ugandans who live in various countries. On behalf of Uganda Investment Authority, allow me to first of all thank the partners to this function, and all of you who have honored our invitation. This time last year, Uganda Investment Authority partnered with the Uganda Diaspora Network Group to host Home is Best Diaspora Summit in Jinja. The main objective of the Home is Best Summit is to mobilize Ugandans living away from home to invest back home, and also to identify and find solutions to challenges that constrain investment from the diaspora. As Uganda Investment Authority, we are proud of the continued efforts of the diaspora who have exhibited trust in the current economic growth of our country by investing in various sectors, namely health, tourism, education, social services, real estate, agriculture, and other many sectors. The Diaspora event this year will be an opportunity to discuss, as many of my earlier speakers have indicated, the status of the number of government initiatives that have been implemented in this country to make investment and the social environment more enabling for Ugandans in diaspora and other business communities to do business here in Uganda. We have created what we call a one-stop center. This center is the first point of contact for any potential investor. It allows members of the diaspora and other business potential investors to access and apply for various licenses and permits to operate and do business in Uganda in the shortest time possible under one roof. That's the physical one-stop center. But recently, we put this service online, experimenting with 7 institutions. This is URSB, URA, Uganda Investment Authority for its investment license, Ministry of Lands, KCCA, NEMA, and Uganda National Bureau of Standards. This is to enable you to access their services from wherever you are, whether you're in Uganda or seated in India or UK or USA. Currently, we have 12 institutions based at UIA. For those who have been the ground floor of our one-stop center, we even have a bank. So for those who walk in and the services are supposed to be paid for, you don't have to get out of the building. So to us, that is a very important facility that will take this country to another level. UIA would like to appreciate our partners, the Ugandan Diaspora Network, once again, and the NBS TV, for covering all our events in one way or another. Without these institutions, this function of breakfast would not have materialized. Just this year, we succeeded in amending our investment code. We now have an investment code 2019. Purposely for Uganda Investment Authority, there were mandates that were given to us along the way between 91 and now that we have been dealing with. One of the things we've been handling administratively is the development of industrial parks. If you read the 1991 law, you'll find that it was not mentioned anywhere. The one-stop center that we've been, since Maggie's time, we've been handling administratively, it was never mentioned in the Investment Code 1991. Now, these are additional mandates to the institution that have been now legally incorporated. So it's important. The other new things that have been introduced, handling the small and medium enterprises, again, it's been clearly stated in the amended law. The other information that I thought I should share with you this morning is to give you an update of what is happening in our industrial parks. And we started with Namave, which is our flagship industrial park, 2,200 acres. Just recently, early this year, the government of Uganda once again realized that injecting in 10 billion, 5 billion annually was not going to take us very far. And so they were able to negotiate for a loan, which they successfully got. Next year, January, we expect a company, Lagan Group, a UK company, that is going to develop all the infrastructure services in Namave. As government of Uganda has also encouraged private industrial parks. Government has taken another step. If you invest $50 million as a foreign investor in the developing the industrial park, you'll be entitled to 10-year tax holiday. If you're Ugandan, which I'm sure most of you are, and you're able to mobilize your $10 million as a developer of an industrial park, again, you're entitled to the 10-year tax holiday. We want to also share with you that we have a project, Invest in Africa, which is funded by DFID, and it's covering 4 countries, Uganda, Ethiopia, Kenya, and Rwanda. In the initial 1 year, they have been able to train our staff at the Uganda Investment Authority on how to promote and facilitate investment in this country. And I want to announce that 7 countries have been identified where this project is going to target investors from those countries. UK is one of the countries, China, India, Germany, Egypt, United Arab Emirates, and Kenya. I want to thank you once again for having spared your time to come for this breakfast meeting.
Lawrence Biensi is the Acting Director General of the Uganda Investments Authority. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. We're going to be listening from Post Bank. I want to invite the Managing Director, Julius Kaketo, to come and give us about what new products do you have for the people in the diaspora and how different are they from what you've always been having. Let's give him some love.
Thanks, Solomon. All protocol has been observed. Diaspora members, you're most welcome. We started the Diaspora account in 2012. To date, we have over 50,000 accounts. We've opened up new engagements. Originally, it used to be majorly the US, UK, and the Scandinavia. We've opened up in the Middle East because there is a lot of traffic from the Middle East. So we've started engaging, and we've put up the right partnerships to enable diaspora members to save back in Uganda. In 2019, we won the award for the best agriculture bank. And we finance over 6,500 farmers. So it is an opportunity for you. As you send money for consumption, I think encourage your relatives to come to Post Bank, work together so that we can transform their lives and livelihoods, and they stop depending on you to send them money for consumption. We can work together. I think that is a very, you would see the progress of your hard work. Post Bank can reach any district in Uganda, even before agency banking. I think we are that bank, the only bank that can touch the 100+ districts in Uganda. Because apart from the branch network, we also have mobile banking. And because of this capacity, government has entrusted Post Bank with paying the senior citizens, the elderly. It's called the SAGE payments. But away from that, let's talk about the Diaspora account. Our account allows for currencies. You can have your money in shillings, but many of you feel, like Solomon mentioned, that the pound is very powerful, or the dollar or the euro. You can keep your money in whatever currency you wish, any of those 4 currencies, and you'll find it in those currencies. We have all the payment channels. You can send money through SWIFT. You can deposit over the counter. We have MoneyGram to the account. It used to be MoneyGram, but now it is MoneyGram up to the specific account, your account. So there is no third party in between in terms of your money. You have control over your money. Western Union is the same, direct to the account. And of course, we work with different payment companies, World Remit, Sendwave, Transfast is a new one. And from the Middle East, we've seen a lot of flows through Al Dahab Exchange. We've also partnered with China Union Pay, because the Chinese are very significant players in the global economy today. We are the only bank that is issuing China Union Pay cards. And this card is acceptable in so many places the world over. The takeaway is we've gone into digital space to address some of the challenges you've had in the past so that you have seamless internet banking. Let's work together. Thank you very much for the partnership over the 7 years. Would like the partnership to continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll just give you a second. How easy or difficult is it for people here to open up a bank account with Post Bank? Do you require so much? The whole processes in a second?
No. Thanks, Solomon. Actually, the primary document, if you have a national ID, it saves you water
Julius,
bills and so on.
you're talking to the people from the diaspora who may not have a national ID.
Okay.
So what do the people from the diaspora have to?
No, just come with your passport, please. And if you have anything that can prove your residence, that will be very helpful.
Round of applause. Thank you. We want to listen from Arimi Barbara Teddy, who is the head of marketing at NSSF, of course.
Thank you, Solomon. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Barbara. I work with NSSF. NSSF is a national savings scheme that is mandated by government to provide social security services. And so far, we serve about 2 million Ugandans. That's the number that is registered with us. And our asset size is 12.1 trillion shillings. That makes us the biggest financial institution in the country and also makes us the biggest pension scheme in East Africa. Our major mandate is to ensure that we preserve your saving. And in order to do that, we invest in 3 asset classes. The first is fixed income, which is about 79% of our portfolio. And then we invest in real estate. Solomon mentioned something about the new buildings. I'll be talking about those shortly, the Citadel. That is another asset class. And then we invest in equity, which is the third asset class. Our returns on average are about 12%, and I don't think you can get that anywhere. In terms of retirement, we have a voluntary savings product that allows you to actually register online and remit your contribution using your card. It can be a Visa card. You can use American Express, you can use Visa, you can use MasterCard to remit your contribution back online and save for your retirement. And of course, so far we're not saving in USD or pound and everything. We are saving in UGX. So when you send your money, it will be converted back into Uganda shillings, but will give you the interest rate that is very, very competitive. And at the end of the day, when you come back home, you have a solid retirement plan. Like I mentioned earlier, we invest in 3 asset classes, and real estate is one of those asset classes. So we recently launched the Citadel Place. That was about a week ago. It comprises of 40 high-end apartments in Mbuya, and each of these apartments is about 170 square meters. You have a pool, you have a gym house, you have 24-hour surveillance, elevators, ample parking, and this is going for 650 million. We've also catered for any other person who wants to invest in a more affordable apartment. And so we have a project in Chanja that is going to be priced at about a third of that cost. We also have Luboa, another very big project. It's going to have all the amenities. It's going to be the next lifestyle destination in Uganda and in East Africa. It's very big, and it's going to take us 10 years to finalize the development. But the first set of over 300 apartments is available. We have already started the construction, about to complete, so you can begin to have the discussion so that you have the opportunity for early bird reservations.
Barbara is the marketing manager of the National Social Security Fund. I am your client, by the way. Let's welcome Claire Mugabi, the marketing manager of the Uganda Tourism Board. Claire.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Claire Mugabi, and I'm the marketing manager of the Uganda Tourism Board. I want to start by welcoming you all to this event, but most importantly, to welcome you to the Pearl of Africa. We are the #1 contributor to the country's GDP. We are the #1 foreign exchange earner. We contribute up to about 10% of the country's GDP, 23% of the country's exports, and up to at least 1 in 10 jobs for Ugandans. The core mandate, #1, is to promote and market Uganda as the preferred tourism destination in the world. #2 mandate is product development, developing our tourism product portfolio. And #4 is quality assurance. The Tourism Board is also charged with standardizing and regularizing the sector, making sure that we conform to world standards. In line with our mandate of tourism promotion, we are currently focusing on the core source markets of the US, the UK, and Canada. Speaking about our products, we have leisure products. We do city tours. We have 2 sightseeing buses. So we can take you around Kampala during the day, at night, to see the different places. The other segment is for the business traveler. We have a product called MICE, which is meetings, incentives, conferences, and events, where we target big conferences and meetings to come into the country. So if you know about any conferences, meetings being, about to take place in your different countries of residence, please let us know. The biggest investment that you can make towards tourism is telling and projecting a positive image for your country. If you don't project a positive story of the Pearl of Africa, we are wasting our marketing efforts. You can invest in hotels, in accommodation. Most important to note, ladies and gentlemen, is that the government extends tax exemptions to people investing in accommodation facilities in the sector. We are looking for people to invest in transport. When you look at air transport, we have only 2 operators that are offering domestic flight services. So because of that, the prices are very high. We are looking for people to invest in marine tourism. We are not looking for very big boat cruises. If you can afford that, that is very good. But also the smaller boats and training schools for hospitality. As a country, we currently have only 1 school in Jinja, HTTI. So we are looking for investors to invest in that field as well, to have more centers. Stopovers, we are looking upon the private sector and the members of the diaspora to work with us to create rest places anywhere between any 2 big towns. You've all noted that our tourism is mainly nature-driven. There isn't much in terms of innovation. We are banking on you who are exposed living in those countries that, have taken their innovation and technology in tourism, notches higher, to come with those brilliant ideas. We also invest a lot in public-private partnerships, write to us proposals, set up platforms where we call upon Ugandans to come and share and do destination training. We've done a couple of those in different countries. If you share your proposal and you find it, it guarantees return on investment in terms of tourism promotion, we shall work with you. Once again, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, Claire. Ladies and gentlemen, join hands with me to welcome Dr. James Lutaya, who is the Managing Director of Migrate to Canada Group, a senior lawyer, someone I really treat with high esteem. James, welcome.
All protocol observed. Good morning, everyone. So I'm just here to kind of just build a bit of awareness, talk about the benefits of having a second citizenship, and then possibly I'll talk about Canada very briefly. So far, I think there are only 6 countries in the world that have allowed people to become citizens. Now, it is very surprising that Africa has now started waking up to the fact that they need to sell their citizenship to investors, and Kenya has taken the lead on this and is in the process of establishing a citizenship by investment program. Why is there a need for people to have a second citizenship other than the Ugandan citizenship? There are very many reasons. I'll just summarize them. The most prominent one being quality of life, have better health facilities, they possibly have better education ratings, and they understand education in a much more practical way. So you need to tap into that at times. Questions people ask me mainly is, how do I get a visa to Canada? How do I get a visa to Britain, to America? And the challenges involved in that. You find that when you go to Europe or North America, you kind of get visa exempt to so many countries. And that seems to resolve lots of problems that people face in terms of investing in these countries, also in terms of just enjoying normal holidays without having to go through visa refusals and appeals and that kind of thing. Other than that, I do believe that, and I urge Uganda, honestly, to very strongly think about establishing a citizenship by investment program legally. I do believe it's the best way to attract investors. Investors like to come to a country and know they're part of the country and they can live in this country. I'm hoping that kind of gives a brief understanding of why we need the second citizenship. Most of these countries also provide a very good social state for people who are out of work. Uganda has a very high youth unemployment. You find that when you live in the more developed countries that you're not left to yourself. You get a bit of social help in terms of housing, in terms of basic allowance, And those small things make a big difference in people's lives. I'm very happy to be home, but I have been a beneficiary of a second citizenship, and I've seen very good benefits to it. I urge everyone to try to obtain one, but very briefly before I go off, immigrating to Canada, why is it becoming hard? It is becoming hard because Canada is now the most sought after tourist and residential destination. Everyone wants to come there because for 4 years in a row now, it has been voted the best place to live in quality of life. It has also been the second best country to establish corporate headquarters, which is very good for investors. And it has also been the second best citizenship to be got in the world. So all these things make Canada very, very welcoming for people who want to come in. So what should we look out for? Very briefly, it's a visa that is sought after, so it's very hard to get. It is harder to get than the American and British visa now, but you just have to be very careful how you apply. It's very simple. They want 5 things. They want that if you're coming temporarily, do you have home to show them that you're going to go back? Do you have land? Are you employed? Do you have family to take care of? And many other things. Other than that, you need obviously to have travel history. You should travel a bit before coming to Canada because they want to see that you're compliant. I would urge those who want to hear more to obviously contact me personally. We also welcome you kindly for the Canadian Convention this summer, where you'll hear more about Canada and investing in Canada on a specific basis. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. All right, so it's time for us to have a conversation on the real estate industry. I always want to begin it with the national housing. What products do you have for the diaspora to tap in?
Thank you, Solomon, and good afternoon, everyone. Engineer Kijuka Kenneth is my name. The last time I was here was the acting chief executive officer. I'm happy to announce that the last 2 months I've been confirmed as the chief executive officer.
Wow.
So that's one product that you now
Congratulations.
That you now can really sign off a product, an investment, and an opportunity with national housing.
Congratulations.
I should also mention, Solomon, that I have another platform. I've been elected to the board of Private Sector Foundation as the chair for the entire construction sector of Uganda. At National Housing, we don't only look at real estate as being residential. We've been your trusted partner in the housing and provision of housing solutions for the last 55 years. All prime locations, name them, you'll find the footprint of National Housing. Look at how we open the boundaries. Wherever we've moved, the Naria area, my colleagues here are moving right there because we've opened the boundaries. Chiwatule, Bugorobi, Nakasero. The only thing that you'll find that is permanent and on land is real estate. This will go into the domain of residential, where we have excelled. It will go into the industrial, where we have warehouses. I want to invite you, those of you who want warehousing space. It will go into the institutional. If you want to build a school, you want to build a hospital, you want to build a barracks, come to us. It also goes into the commercial. Crested Towers, under my hand and signature, you can get office space. Beyond the building and permanent infrastructure, we offer additional services. 1, earth-moving equipment, plant and hire, pool of professional qualified staff, quantity surveyors, architects, engineers, land valuers, surveyors. They are all available for you at National Housing. We have products, 200 units at Namungona Impara Estate, ready for occupation. We have products up country, 200 units at Mbarara. We have new products coming up in Bukoto Towers, just next to KFC, Shell, and the old apartments we did, the white apartments. You're just going to have your apartment beginning maybe by June if you register with us today. If you just need a house, walk to us and you'll sign off a product. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Teron. But let me invite Sab from Comfort Home. What do you have to challenge his product?
Thank you, Solomon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sab. I work as a business development manager at Comfort Homes. Our products are mixed. We do quality and also affordable products. Comfort Homes is a 5-year-old company in Uganda with roots in India, Kenya, and Dubai. We are in Naria area and Bukoto, I want to encourage people who are out there in the diaspora, please come back home. Uganda is beautiful. We have a very big deficit, housing deficit of about 2 million units every year. So you can actually see that me and my brother here, Kiyushuka, and my brother here cannot actually help Ugandans have all the units that we want. We want more people to come and join us. I thank you and I wish you a good stay here.
Matthew, let me come to you. Talk to us about the products that NSSF has that people from the diaspora can come in and buy or even tap into.
Thank you, Solomon. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Our primary focus is on the residential and the commercial space. Okay? Within that space, we are in it as developers. The kind of product that we build, we'll sell and we'll make money for the member. Presently, the current products that we have include a housing 3.5-bed apartment, 40 high-end apartments in Mbuya. In the pipeline, we have the Luboa project. In the pipeline, we have a Temagalo project. We have a Chanja housing project. All these, similar to my colleagues' projects, are meant to serve a need. The challenges for the diasporans was that sending money home, you wouldn't be sure that it was going to get invested. But now you have more professionals, more developers in the market whose entire brand and existence depends on not cheating the customer. So people now can buy from their desktops.
Let me ask you just a quick one. Is this only for the members, or even if you're not a member, you can actually buy some of these houses?
Okay. It's a business arm, business unit within the fund, okay? Meant to build the product for that Kakira sugar worker who has been working 10 years but can't afford to buy a piece of land in Mbuya. So we buy the piece of land in Mbuya on his behalf. We build a product on that piece of land on his behalf, and we sell the product on his behalf. Because individually, as a Kakira sugar worker, as a primary school teacher, he can't invest in the real estate space. But collectively, there's real power in the numbers.
Thanks. Thank you very much, Matthew. Let me come to Zaki. If you could just tell us, what products do you have that the people from the diaspora can tap into?
I am Abbas Rashid from Universal Multipurpose Enterprises Affordable Housing, Uganda, especially. We are basically into affordable housing, meaning that the people earning from 2 million and start, anybody can buy a product. Anybody is eligible to buy a house, affordable house, 1-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, or 3-bedroom apartment in different vicinities of Kampala, that is like Kololo, Muyenga, let it be as Chira, Nalia, Najera. We have all the products in the affordable segment, going for 1-bedroom, starting from 85 million shillings only. I have a word for diaspora clients. Don't worry about your investment. Really don't worry about your investments. So believe in the property sector, invest in it, and you will find the change in yourself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Round of applause to my panelists.
Greetings to everybody here. And as ambassador of Uganda to the US, we are interested, or we are mandated to attract tourists, to attract investors, and to promote markets for Ugandan products. The diaspora would have wanted to know more about the services government is providing. As a representative of government, let me assure all the diaspora here that services are being made easy every other month. Visas now are online. You can apply online, pay online, and there would be no problem for you to travel. Passports, we are in a transition, and we must apologize for that. Right now, you can apply online, but then you have to appear for an interview. We are negotiating with immigration and department so that the passport centers resume action so that when your passport is approved, you don't have to come to Kampala. Now, we have talked about dual citizenship also as a service that government is providing. What we have observed, and it is very important for the actors here, we have to do a lot about our standards. That is very, very critical. You would say anything in the US and Canada, but it must be of the right standards. Secondly, you must be predictable as an exporter. The other issue which we have found on the ground is integrity. Madam, tourism. We have many cases from the US relating to integrity. There are companies here, not fake companies, that have frauded people. It is sad. Well-registered companies with the location, they say, okay, you arrive at Entebbe, there will be your transport, we'll wait for you, you go to your hotel, from there you go for safari. The man reaches the airport, nothing. We have to work on this. Americans in trade, in tourism, they want things that are consistent. I've talked of integrity in tourism, but it goes all through other sectors. In my area of jurisdiction, we are planning a trade and investment summit in the course of the second half of next year. So when that information comes to you, please take it seriously. Thank you very much.
He's a celebrated guy. He's one of the brains behind The Queen of Katwe. We all know about The Queen of Katwe, a movie that put Uganda on an international platform. He wrote a book called A Night Without a Castle. And right here, let me give you an opportunity to come and talk about the book.
Thank you very much, Solomon. Good afternoon, everyone. All protocol observed. For now, over 15 years, I invested my life to see how I can at least step in the gap for those kids who are going through what I did go through as a kid. It was a life of struggle, but miraculously, I was able to make it all the way through to the college and graduated as an engineer, and I chose to step back in the slums. And for the last 15 years, I've invested in over 2,000 lives of children, not only in Katwe, but in now 7 slums in the city and even in the whole country. And we are using chess as a platform to awaken the sleeping genius in each of these children. It takes effort, resources, to get a kid from the streets to make him a world leader in a US college. It's a struggle, especially when it comes to funding. But I've tried to share the philosophy on how that has been possible. And this philosophy is now being actually taken on to other places. We've initiated now some Chess Academy programs under the Robert Katende Initiative and some Chess Academy in other countries, in Kenya, in Angola, in Cameroon, as well as in the US, in Baltimore, Washington, Maryland. However, we are calling for your support. My heart goes in for skilling the youths. Thank you very much, Solomon.
We want to say a special thank you to all our partners and our sponsors. Some of you have been with us from the time that we began. A special thank you to Ronnie Mayanja and the entire crew behind organizing this event every year. Thank you for making this happen.